meeting. Today is December the 2nd, 2020, and the time is 7:05. I'd like to also open that concurrently with the agenda for the Ballpark Housing Authority virtual meeting as well. So those two will be open together. So at this point, I would like to ask the Deputy City Clerk if she could please take roll call.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilmember Alejandra Avila.
Here.
Councilmember Gina Mayala.
Here.
Councilmember Monica Garcia.
It was online here, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one. We'll be here online.
Mayor Pro Tem Paul Hernandez.
Present.
And Mayor Lozano.
Present. Thank you very much.
I'm here too.
Oh, that's right. Hold on.
Happy birthday.
What's that?
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yes. My birthday ends at 12 midnight already. Okay, so at this point, we'll go into the invocation, and I believe that we have from the Church of the Redeemer, we have Pastor Flores. So we could get him online?
No, he is not online.
Oh, he's not online? All right, so if we could get him after, at this point, we'll go over to the Pledge of Allegiance. So I will ask everyone to please stand. I'm in the chamber, so the flag is here. So if everyone could do so, thank you. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the
United
States of America,
and to the
and
the Republic,
under
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All righty, thank you very much. At this point, I'm not certain we have Pastor Flores. If not, we could also wait for him at the end of the meeting as we commence, as we go on. Before we start,
yes, Mayor.
Hold on.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say we had asked to join, and I will send him a reminder.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Fine. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Before we go on, I just want to state that our condolences to all those individuals that have been affected by COVID-19, those that have passed on, and those that are currently affected. So we wish you the best and speedy recovery. This pandemic has affected Baldwin Park in a high level, as well as the county itself. So we have to make sure that we continue to be safe and how we distance ourselves and wearing the mask at all times as well. All right, so at this point, I'll go over to the agenda. So I will go ahead and bring in the housing department, this for the housing authority, the virtual meeting. So I'm going to bring that in, and we'll go back to the regular city council meeting. All right, so at this point, I'll go ahead and open up the housing authority, virtue officer, and we do have the public hearing. We'll go over to the public hearing. The public hearing to consider the Baldwin Park Housing Authority, the BPHA Public Housing Agency, PHA, FYI 2020-2024, 5-year plan and fiscal year 2020-2021 PHA annual plan. Is anyone speaking regarding the actual?
Yes, Mayor, I do have Ms. Fernanda Sandoval.
Okay, so allow me to open up the public hearing then first. So at this point, I'll go ahead and open up the public hearing. So anyone wishing to speak in favor. So at this point, I'll go ahead to the public hearing. Thank you, Ms. Deputy City Clerk. Sorry about that.
Okay, let me go ahead and place the call. One moment.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Mayor, if you're speaking, you're muted.
I'm not speaking. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hi, good evening. This is Manuel Lozano, Mayor of Baldwin Park. We're calling you regarding the public hearing to consider the Baldwin Park Housing Authority, and I believe you indicated interest in speaking on the subject.
Yes. I wanted to talk about this issue in a sense of there's a lot of things that I find very frustrating and confusing when it comes to this project. For the most part, it doesn't seem like there has been a lot of outreach when it comes to the actual, hello?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you can. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So basically, I find it that it's very, we haven't outreached enough about this project. I believe the last time that we heard about it was in October, and even prior to that, I believe it just hasn't reached out. There hasn't been enough outreach about this program and plan for the McNeil Manor, especially because the rent is basically going to be at a fair market rate, which is something that a lot of the families here in Baldwin Park can't afford, especially seniors, since they have a very stable income. And the waiting list for the Section 8 vouchers is actually closed. So it's incredibly frustrating to see that this, public housing is going to be converted into a Section 8 when, these seniors are, have a very fixed income, and they can't really put a lot of that much towards, other things than actual housing. The fair market rate here in Baldwin Park is very expensive. And so I just want to make sure that, we're thinking about seniors, especially since, the homelessness crisis is increasing. So I'm very concerned about this 5-year plan. I don't believe the McNeil Manor should be converted into a fair market rate rent with Section 8 vouchers. Hello?
Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you. Yes, we do have your information, and we'll definitely take that also in consideration. And I will say, I will agree. I mean, housing has just skyrocketed, and its affordability has become a major issue throughout our community, no doubt.
Yeah, and the thing is, I just don't think that there is enough outreach, and plus, because it is a 5-year plan, and the council that is voting on this is outgoing. I don't think it's right for this voting to occur, or this because of a deadline. This has a lot to do with people's housing, and that's a basic right, and I think we need to protect them for seniors.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you. Your time is up. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Okay.
Mayor Ben Martinez and Carol Averill are here, and I'm sure they can answer any questions.
Let's do that after. Let me do that after we close the public hearing. So at this point, Deputy City Clerk, do we have any additional speakers for the public hearing?
Yes, Mayor. We have Ms. Beatriz Sandoval. Let me attempt to call her now.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Hello.
Hello, Beatriz. Good evening. It's Manuel Lozano.
Hi, Mayor.
Hello. Yes, you wanted to speak on the hearing for the public housing.
Yes, I want to talking about the sign the study or something doing an affordable housing, and the convert the 12 units in the Morgan Park who are for low and extremely low income to convert that in market rate units. I understand a little bit you want to try to change that because they that way maybe can get more money from the federal grant. But my concern is we don't have enough information as community, and I am being advocacy for housing and for our neighbors who are very low income and in
extremely need the housing. So I understand the dignity for housing dignity is so important for our families. So, but I want to see more outreach and participate in more meetings. And the housing authority have my emails. I never received any invitation for these community meetings to input and learn. So it's very important to have that communication with the community. So I encourage the Carol and the Benjamin to reach out the community. We are here to support good ideas, but I know nothing about closed doors. So please, they need to consider our opinion and also teach us more about housing issues. So I encourage you not sign nothing now until they have the conversation with the community, a real conversation. I know they announced in San Diego Valley Tribune, but I never see, and I'm very involved in the community, so why I never see any invitation for this community outreach? I'm participating in other community outreach about the master plan and other meetings, so I want to see that communication. We not only with other resident concerns in Baldwin Park. That's very important.
All right, thank you very much. Your questions have been recorded, and we will have comments coming from the individuals that represent this particular subject. Thank you very much. All right, at this point, Madam Deputy City Clerk, do we have any other questions?
That concludes comments for public hearing on the housing, Mayor.
All right, thank you very much. At this point, I will go ahead and move to close the public hearing. That is my motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor Hernandez. Any objections? See none, so moved. All right, so at this point, Mr. Ben Martinez, I believe we also have a guest. Could you kind of go over some of the concerns or questions? I know there has been an outreach, and this is a process, and also I understand that there's a specific market. So if you guys could kind of give us an overview of the program itself. Thank you, Mr.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor, or I should say, Housing Chairman and Commissioners. Thank you, and board members of the Housing Authority. Thank you. The Public Housing Authority plan is a plan that's required by HUD. We did notice it. It had a 45-day comment period, and we did do the proper noticing as we do with our public hearings, and it was posted in the newspaper. There's not a lot of difference in the plan. I'll point out some of the differences. This plan has been done in the past several times. It's a typical type of plan done for all cities that have a housing authorities. It's kind of a standard boilerplate type of language from HUD that they require. But I'll point out a few of the new things that are kind of exciting. The speakers were talking about McNeil Manor. So essentially what the plan talks about with McNeil Manor is right now the housing authority is only collecting the minimal amount of rent from the renters, which are all elderly senior citizens on a fixed income. And we only collect 30% of their income towards the rent. What we're planning with this PHA plan, which is just a governing document, it doesn't talk specifically about just this project. It talks about the whole housing authority and Section 8 program and other housing authority activities. But what it talks about, which is different and actually good for us and good for those residents at McNeil Manor, is that we will we'll work with HUD, and they're asking us actually to do this, as they are other housing authorities, to project base that and convert that project. So what that will mean is that the residents will remain, the residents will pay the exact same amount that they've always paid, but we as a housing authority will be able to collect additional rents because of the project-based vouchers. And then we'll be able to use that additional rental income to maintain the property, because right now, and in the past several years, we don't collect enough money to maintain the property. It's very small, and there's only a few renters there. It's only it's not that many units. So the income is not there to to do the repairs that all housing projects need. So it's actually a very good thing, and that's one of the things that the plan discusses is the conversion of McNeil Manor to a project-based project, and that will allow us to collect additional rent from HUD. And again, to repeat, the tenants will remain, the tenants will pay the exact same amount that they are paying today. And to just give you an example, if a tenant there receives $500 from Social Security income, that means their rent is about $175 a month. If a tenant there makes no income, the amount they pay is $0. So that will remain the same. No changes there whatsoever. The other exciting thing that the PHA plan talks about, and it's something that the council has already authorized us to move forward with, and we've approved the project-based vouchers for new construction of affordable housing. And so even though we've moved forward with that effort already and have allocated those vouchers to new construction of new affordable housing units throughout the city, or mainly in the downtown area, that is also in the plan and authorizes us to do that. So that concludes my report. I'll answer any questions, and we do need this item approved tonight so we can submit it to HUD in December. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead, Councilmember Alejandra.
Yes, thank you. How many units are there?
How many units at McNeil?
Yes.
That's what I was wondering too. I think it's 10 or 12. I think Carol's on the line, she can remind me, but I believe it's 10 or 12. It's no more than 12 units. It's very small.
And the residents know they will be able to stay there. They're not confused about how this is all being planned.
Yes, we haven't even started the process. It probably won't be started until well into 2021. So we have not even started the process. When we get to the point where we are, we will let them know. But it won't result in nothing essentially. There will be no relocation, no construction, nothing will happen. Yeah.
Okay. And do you know approximately how many project-based vouchers you have?
The project-based vouchers are, with the council allocated, we can allocate up to 30% of our voucher total, which is 899. So it was right around 260 vouchers. And the council at the last meeting allocated the majority of those vouchers to 3 projects: the Retirement Housing Foundation project, the Cesar Chavez project, and then actually the Rome project phase, the one behind King Taco across the street from City Hall. And then actually was a 4th project in the city of El Monte, because we're a regional housing authority. And so we allocated a small amount of vouchers to that project.
So how many do we have left? Do we have any left?
It was about 260 minus, we have about 80 or so left. I can get you those exact figures, Councilmember. I think I have it in the report too. I'm sorry, I'll look at that.
I didn't see that report.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
I'll get you those exact numbers, Councilmember Avila.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mr. So, Mr. Brent Martinez, so what if I'm understanding, so is it HUD that will take full control of the actual dwellings? Is that what is transpiring here?
Mr. Mayor, no, the project McNeil Manor will remain the same.
It will.
Nothing changes. It just allows us to receive additional rent based on the fair market rents from HUD. So just to give one example, again, if a resident makes $500 a month from SSI, they're going to pay about $175 a month from their portion of the rent. With the project-based voucher, let's just say that fair market rent is around $1,000. I'm just guessing. Then HUD will pay the difference between the $1,000 and the 175. They will give that to the housing authority. So it's really a great plan because we not only collect the 175 from the tenant, but we also collect the other, you know, $825 from HUD, and we can use that money to maintain and restore that property. It's getting older. We've had to replace air conditioning units, windows, and other things. So it's actually very important we do this project so we can help to maintain the project.
Absolutely. I do recall when that project was built, which I believe it was the early 90s when it came into being. So out of curiosity, so the funding, the maintenance itself, that comes out of city general fund, or there's specific allocation for that?
It comes out of the housing authority.
Okay.
We don't use city general funds, we use housing authority funds, but right now they're very minimal, the amount we have. But this new project, when we do it, will bring more income to the project that we can use for maintenance.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much. Anyone else have any other questions?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, yes, Vice Mayor Hernandez, sir.
Thank you. Ben, just for clarification again, so when new tenants come in, they will still be allocated they'll still be rented or charged the 30% of their income, correct? For new tenants, once these folks are to move out or whatever the case may be, correct?
That's correct.
Excellent. And in the sense of additional input for, you know, the plan and everything else, what other opportunities do the community have to provide further input into our housing plan?
The housing plan is something we do need to adopt this month, but we can constantly change it. So I invite any community members to come speak to us about it. If they have any revisions, we can always change the programs. It's not something that's set in stone. It's something that we can revise on a consistent basis if something else came up that we wanted to look at and do.
At the council level, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And also all of the projects that we're working on in the plan are going to be coming back to the city council level and the housing authority level in multiple occasions.
Right.
So this is by no means some final plan that will never be discussed again in the future.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you. I support what you're doing. And I just wanted the clarification for myself and for others that are listening in or watching tonight. Thank you again, Ben.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Council members have any further questions? Okay, seeing none, then at this point, I'll go ahead and move to adjourn the Housing Authority meeting, and that is my motion. Is there a second?
Mayor, we need to vote on the.
Oh,
excuse me.
Let me go back. Sorry about that. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right. So at this point, we'll go ahead and make a motion. The staff recommend that the BHA conduct a public hearing, consider public input, and adopt resolution number 8A 2020-001 entitled "A Resolution of the City of Baldwin Park Housing Authority approving and adopting the Public Housing 2020-2025 5-year plan and annual agency plan for fiscal year 2020-2021, which establishes the adoption of the plan as required by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development (HUD). So that is my motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Who seconded? Vice Mayor Hernandez seconded. Any objections? See none, so move. All right. At this point, I'll go ahead and move for adjournment of the Housing Authority, and that is my motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, seconded by, I believe that was Councilmember Ayala. Am I correct? All right. Any objections? See none, so move. All right. So at this point, we'll go ahead and I believe that Pastor Flores is online, so he'll lead us in an invocation. Pastor Flores, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Mayor.
Flores, thank you very much for being here this evening. It's a special evening. Of course, it's my last city council meeting on the dais. Not that it won't be in the public, but want to first of all thank you and thank your church for everything that they do in our community and the extensive amount of time that your parishioners give and giving the food out. I was there several times this past month, so thank you very much for that. All right, so at this point, I will now give it over to Pastor Flores.
Great, thank you, Mayor. Let us pray. Gracious God, we thank you for this season of Thanksgiving And as we move into this season of transition in our city, Lord, we are grateful for the privilege we have to live in Baldwin Park and to serve in Baldwin Park. I thank you for those who have served, Lord, and we thank you for those who will be serving, Lord, in this transition and this change. We are grateful, God, for the people in which you brought to Baldwin Park, the heart and the passion, the desire to want to continue to make this city honorable, Lord, and one that serves others. Lord, we thank you, Father, for this season. In the midst of this season, Lord, where some have experienced loss, hurt, disappointment, darkness, pain, sickness. It's the Christmas season, Lord, and we are reminded of your great love for your people through Jesus Christ. Lord, let us see your light. Let us see your hope, your love, your peace, and joy in this season. Lord, thank you for our leaders. May you fill them with your wisdom, your compassion, Lord, to serve for you. We ask all these things in the wonderful name of Jesus Christ, who taught us how to pray. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Pastor Flores from the Church of the Redeemer. Thank you. All righty. Okay, so at this point, we're going to go into the public, we're going to go in the consent calendar, which have items 1 through 4. Council members wishing to pull any items out? If not, at this point, can we entertain a motion to move consent calendars 1 through 4? That is my motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
By Vice Mayor Hernandez. Any objections? See none, so move. All right, so at this point, we're going into the public hearing. So I will refer over to the Deputy City Clerk. Do we have any individuals that will be speaking?
I'm sorry, Mayor. We skipped public comments. Would you like to do public comments before public hearing?
Oh yeah,
we should, Mayor.
Yes, sorry about that. You know what? An error, people, on my part. Yes, let's go into the public. Yes, the public communication. I was looking at the public hearing. Sorry about that.
Thank you, Mayor. The first caller is Mr. Greg Tuttle.
Thank you.
Hello?
Mr. Tuttle, this is Manny Lozano. Good evening. This is public communication.
Oh, okay. I was listening to the thing and you jumped right into this. Okay.
Right. Yep.
Okay, so we're ready for my public communication?
Yes, sir. Hold on. Start the clock over, please. Hold on one moment, Mr. Tuttle. Okay, all right. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
We're ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is, first of all, to Chief Lopez. If you think you're too good to answer emails and then you need to go back to LAPD. You have ignored several of my emails and complaints that concern the city. Rose Tam did a deposition that was a total disaster because you hired an inadequate attorney that couldn't keep her mouth shut. So now we got to go back to court and spend more money, and the city's going to waste more money. Mayor, I don't know why you would think the people would want to name a chamber after you for being a bully, a racist, and a very corrupt person. The voters spoke at the last election, and they are tired of your corruption. The only reason that you won the last election in 2018 is your buddy Jean Alla, who paid for the $50 for votes for herself and you. Since you couldn't vote this year, the only 3 people who are going to vote for this chamber name change is political prostitute Monica Garcia, Paul Clueless Hernandez, and of course your pay-to-vote Jean Alla. I will help reverse this decision with a petition if needed to stop it. The Lozano family still owes the city $25,000 that the city loaned your dad, and it's past due. This is going to be many changes in the city administration, and one of the very corrupt city attorney, the most corrupt that I've ever seen, Robert Tafoya, is going to have to go. He's been sanctioned by the courts. He's named in at least 3 different lawsuits, is being investigated by the FBI for corruption, and he's being investigated by Rialto Water Board corruption and a dilemma of paying directed lucrative contracts from lawyers. Mayor, your $9 million general fund is nothing more than a fraud and cooking the books with Rose Tam. We all know the city lost the lawsuit with Hassel that cost the city over $7 million plus attorney fees. And no insurance is paying and picking up the tab for this. You just have to pay the interest on the appeals court when you get done and more attorney fees. 15 lawsuits are filed against the city, which are draining more of the reserves. And you forgot to mention the $54 million CalPERS bond that the city owed because it was mismanaged by you and your staff. So I think what you need to do is say, I'm sorry for screwing up the city budget. Thank you very much and have a good trip.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Tuttle. Appreciate that. All right, so at this point, we'll go over to the next caller, Madam City Clerk. Thank you.
Yes, the next caller will be John Rios.
Thank you.
Let me try that one more time.
That's fine. Let's go on to the next one.
It's calling now.
All right, thank you. There we go.
Hello.
Mr. Rios, it's Manuel Lozano. Good evening. We're calling you for the public communication. You have approximately 3 minutes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, as you can see that the community is freaked out. They voted you out of office. They were tired of your lying to the public and all the projects that you did on the downtown and the 2 lanes from 4 lanes. They were very upset about that. You know, you thought you were above the law, and you weren't above the law. You know. And another thing is a public works department is going down drains because the director is not doing his job. The personnel department is not doing their job. How come they don't rehire the people that were let go or they retired? There's what, 6 positions open right now for the public works? And one of the things is all the directors that you have right now, they're all eating the city of Baldwin Park. They're all taking advantage of the city of Baldwin Park. So thank God that you out. I hope the new mayor can understand and listen to the public. The public, when I get interview with you guys, the public is the one that come to me and they ask me, once you lost the election, they were so happy. They came by and congratulate each other. Because it was time for you to leave. 20 years of eating from Baldwin Park was too much. So, you know, that's one of the biggest things. I hope the new mayor can listen to the public. Okay? Because we are going to be looking out for what he's doing. I hope he turns around and changes all the 2 lanes that you guys put up to a 4 lane. That was the biggest mistake you ever did. So thank God you're gone. And happy birthday too.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right, moving on to the next person.
The next person is Alfredo Garcia.
All right, thank you.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. The number you dialed has been changed.
All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one, Madam City Clerk.
The next is Fernanda Sandoval.
All right, thank you.
Hello?
Hi, good afternoon. This is Fernanda Sandoval. Fernanda?
Sorry, give me 1 second. I can barely,
Oh, okay, all righty.
barely hear you.
All righty, thank you.
I think it's incredibly disrespectful, especially because we just had a election where we decided that we no longer want Mayor Lozano as our mayor, and it's incredibly disrespectful to even consider naming a facility after him, especially because he has shown that in the 24 years that he has served, he hasn't listened to the community at all. He hasn't really prioritized the community. Instead, he prioritizes things that are to his benefit and the benefit of his pawns. And I guess I mean pawns because it looks like people that are in the council are only voting based on who's buddies and what is in the best interest of that individual. So I think it's incredibly absurd to even consider to name a facility after the mayor, especially because the community has decided that the voters have decided that we no longer want Mayor Lozano as our mayor. I think it's just very disrespectful, and thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Fernando. Appreciate that. All right, moving on to the next caller.
The next caller is Catherine Lozier.
All righty, thank you.
Thank you.
The person.
Sorry, let me try that one more time. I'm sorry, Mayor, my computer froze, but I'm back on.
All righty, go ahead.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 3-2.
All right, we'll go to the next caller.
Okay, the next caller is Javier Navarro.
Thank you. Hello, Mr. Javier Navarro. This is Manuel Lozano, Mayor Baldwin Park. Yes, sir. We're going to give you 3 minutes here to speak under public communication. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good evening, Mayor and council members. I just want to follow up on some of the comments that Council Member Avila brought up during the last meeting about the rising cases of the COVID-19 here in Baldwin Park. I want to know if the city has put a plan in place. What's code enforcement doing? Also, I want to know if the council members got together as a special meeting to brainstorm this situation as Alejandra Avila suggested. And if you did not meet, I want to know why you did not meet. I mean, when I go to Walmart and Superior, those markets, there's nobody checking how many people go in and people that are crowded inside. I don't know what code enforcement is doing, what the city's doing. Another thing I want to talk about is the lack of follow-up and or feedback on questions that come up during the meetings. I'll give you a perfect example. About 2 or 3 years ago, you, Mayor, made a comment about the traffic on the street at LA Fitness. Other members also commented on it. Oh, yes, I know about it. Oh, I got complaints from the public, from residents. You asked Sam to take a look at the matter. What happened? About 3 or 4 months ago, you asked the same question or made the same comment. What happened with the feedback? I mean, do we have to wait 3 years, 4 years, 4 months to get a feedback from the city employees? Somebody has to make these people accountable on things that are said during the meetings. I mean, they're not listening to you, Mayor. So this is for the Mayor Estrada and council members, the new ones that are coming in. In the future, when things are brought up like this, can you keep the residents informed of the outcome? I mean, to me, it's very easy, and it's called a things to do list. You just keep bringing it to the next meeting, deleting or adding new things at every meeting. Okay, thank you for your time. Good night.
The next speaker is Beatriz Sandoval.
Hello? Hello?
I'm sorry, Beatriz, you can speak. The mayor's muted.
Go ahead. Thank you. Go ahead. And this is Manuel Lozano for the public communication. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. I want to say the way you are conducting the transfer for the city council to the new city council is immoral. It's no way why are you doing items in this agenda and take decision when you already know the new council member is coming in this night. So why, if you know since November 18th, last meeting, that you lost these elections, why are you taking decision? Even if you take the decision in November 18th, that's fine. But now, why? In December 2nd, when already know who won, and the 20 the new council members, that is civical grown. So also for the to name mayor and the chamber is not right because I'm pretty sure you are doing services to the community, but this is your obligation as a mayor, like obligation for other our residents in Baldwin Park. So where are you not coming next 2 years to running again for the position, the mayor position? Why? You already have one drive with your last name and here in Baldwin Park, Lozano Drive by Ramona and Lozano Drive. Why need to put your name in other building of the city? I'm not discussing about you did great or bad job, doesn't matter. Then your name is, you are ready for other positions and you are still alive. Why? I'm not agree. Put your name in the city chamber. And I appreciate you, and that is not personal, but it's wrong. That is my input for this comment. And the people who don't understand my English, doesn't matter. I'm a Spanish speaker, I am learning English. Okay? So it's very wrong also. You don't give the opportunity to make justice language and put the interpreter and asking the people to set up to request, and the Spanish speaker request 48 hours in advance. We work. We are mothers and fathers, and we are working class. So we don't have time to be in all these kind of requirements you have. So make the things right. Well, you already know, but I want to say Monica Garcia and Paul Hernandez.
All right, thank you very much.
To be accountable for all these things.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, all right, so we'll go on to the next speaker.
The next speaker is Cristina Lucero.
All right, Cristina Lucero, good evening.
Not yet, Mayor, one moment.
Oh, okay.
Hello?
Cristina Lucero, President of Baldwin Park Unified School District, am I correct?
Yes.
Good evening.
Thank you, Mayor Lozano. I just wanted to call and congratulate the incoming members of the City Council, our incoming mayor, Mr. Estrada, and our incoming City Council, Mr. Damian, and also Marlene Garcia. I look forward to us working together. I've often felt that Baldwin Park can be so much stronger with both the city and the school district working together. I just want to say congratulations, and hopefully we can even support the business together and all of us show up as a unit, because this is one community. What the city council and the school district impacts every person that lives in this community, every student, every child, every parent, grandparent. And I think we can just build a stronger community with all of us working together. So again, welcome to the new elected members, and I look forward to working with you. And happy birthday, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much, Lucero. Thank you very much. Already. Thank you very much. At this point, we'll go on to the next one.
The next speaker is Evangelina Kaplan.
All right, thank you.
It says that the line is busy, Mayor.
Maybe try again.
You're muted, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, so, yeah, we could try one more time. Thank you, appreciate that. Is that the second time?
Let me try it one more time.
All righty.
Yeah, the line.
That's fine. We'll move on to the next one. Thank you.
The next one is Anthony Bajarron.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Mr. Anthony Bejarano, sir, good evening, my friend.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members. I just wanted to call in to make some comments about your service. My family has been living in Baldwin Park for nearly 40 years. Next year it'll be 40 years since my father and mother moved in. In that time, I've seen a lot of city council members. I've seen my share of mayors, and you have been one of the best that I've seen. Your record speaks for itself. People can, make all the criticisms they want about your service, but from the day you got in to today, Baldwin Park is in a better place than it was. Having served with you for 4 years, I've seen your commitment up close and personal. You put a lot of time in. One of my favorite memories was on the weekends, you picking me up and, driving me all around to all the different events that the community was having and everyone inviting you in. So thank you for your, many years of service. I wish you luck on your future endeavors. I know big things are ahead for you. I want to thank Ms. Ayala for her service as well. She's been doing a great job as a teacher, and I know she'll continue to serve the community. And I just want to wish the new members and the new mayor good luck. It's a difficult job. It's a thankless job. The people that are your friends today will definitely not be so positive as soon as you do or say something they don't agree with. So good luck to you. Please, reach out to whoever you need to so that you can, get the information you need as well as the experience you're going to need. It's an extremely difficult job. You need to have patience. You need to be willing to listen to others. The solutions you want are never going to be as easy as they seem from the outside. There's always going to be some screwballs thrown your way. So keep your head up. Just keep in mind that you're here for the betterment of the community. And that we're all here for that, right? Regardless of whether you support Mr. Lozano or you support Mr. Estrada, we all want the best for Baldwin Park. And so I just want to thank you, Mr. Mayor, Ms. Ayala, for your service. And Mr. Estrada and Mr. Damian, good luck to you. I wish you both the best, and I hope you are successful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That was former council member, City of Baldwin Park, Mr. Anthony Bejarano, a graduate from Baldwin Park High School and a good example and well-educated from Georgetown University. And he's an attorney for the Los Angeles Unified School District, out of Baldwin Park. That is great. That's awesome. All right, Madam City Clerk, we'll continue on with any other callers.
That concludes our public comment communication.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So at this point, allow me to make a couple of comments. The first one, so that the general public know. Craig Tuttle, who's the individual who spoke here, insulting the council members, insulting me, and so on and so forth. First of all, I want to make it very clear that the United States Constitution, the First Amendment, allows anyone from the audience to just outright make a story and share it here. We as elected officials, and I hope that the new incoming council members are very well aware, you have absolutely no recourse whatsoever. So if someone comes up here and attacks the new mayor or the new council persons or the existing ones that will be here, you have no recourse whatsoever. You have to take it. And the unfortunate part is this person, Greg Tuttle, is a very well-known bully in the community, lives in Phillips Ranch in the city of Pomona. And I guess he has extra time to come to Baldwin Park and literally attack individuals. I refer to him as a congenital liar. This person has no proof, no evidence whatsoever. I have always said, if you have something to substantiate what you're saying, turn those documents into City Hall or the district attorney's office and have it investigated. To this date, this person has nothing whatsoever. But again, anyone, social media could accuse anyone of anything. And that's the sad part. We're living in the 21st century where social media dominates. It could either destroy you or make you as a person, depending on how you are or how you are personally built in taking some of these offensive types of statements. So everyone knows, his bitterness has to deal with the fact that his wife and his daughter have a restraining order that's been there for years against this bully and this bitter individual. I think for me as a mayor of Baldwin Park, it's hard for me to have to share this with you, but you need to know so that you're aware about this character. Mr. Rios, who both of them happen to be very good friends, and these people they claim they're kind of political or gurus in the city of Baldwin Park. Mr. Rios, you're wrong. Your area, you're not a very favorable individual. I don't have to tell you, you have to know that, because I do have a lot of supporters in your particular area. So I just want to say it's sad that I'm having to say this, but I want to make sure that the record is clear, especially when someone is outright falsifying information on the media. Ms. Fernanda Sandoval, again, it's unfortunate, but you're misinformed. Do your research, assess and evaluate on your own. Don't go what others are telling you, because that eventually will lead you to nowhere. And once again, if you have documentations, if you have proof, recording, submit them to City Hall or submit them to the District Attorney's Office. It's easy for anyone just to say what they want to say. Mr. Javier Navarro, the City of Baldwin Park does continue to enforce the mask wearing and the amount of people that can visit the restaurants and markets and so on and so forth. It's become a challenge, not only in Baldwin Park, but throughout the county. We were the first city that had the COVID-19 distributed free throughout the community and service over 1,500 individuals. We are also having an event this coming Thursday as well that will start in, let me just get it out so we're aware of this information. Well, I'll pass it on. So yes, is the city active addressing the issues? Absolutely, in conjunction with the county health department as well. So it's important for us to know that. Then Ms. Beatriz, she's a friend and she has her political opinions, and I respect her for that matter. The unfortunate part, again, please do your research. You have documentation, so on and so forth. Follow the process. It's easy for someone just to outright say something. And again, it's false information. There's no evidence whatsoever. But again, that's when I first started back in 1992, it was way different. Now social media dominates everyone's opinion without any type of research, but that's what it is. Her term immoral, that is very interesting. For Ms. Lucero, I hope you come true in what you're saying. I've always said there's 21 schools in Baldwin Park. That means there are 21 parks. You have always refused to work for the city for whatever odd reason, I don't know. I have treated you professionally every time I've allowed you the stage, despite the fact that you never reciprocate and you didn't have to do that. But know one thing, Ms. Lucero, I will not be behind the curtains because I will be addressing that. We're going to open up those schools and make them parks so that we have a lot of park space throughout the city. I pay major taxes when it comes to it, and I have a say-so as well. So I want to send that message to her very clearly, that both her and I will definitely be working as a civilian and her as an elected official. All right, so at this point, I just wanted to make
Mayor, can I say something, please?
Go ahead. Go ahead, Alejandra.
Thank you. Oh, I couldn't hear you. Thank you. First of all, I want to thank all the residents that called in and everybody that's on the chat. I appreciate all your comments. Please know that the City of Baldwin Park will be moving forward. We will be working with the Baldwin Park Unified School District. We will continue to work on the COVID situation that we have, and we definitely will have more updates for you as soon as we have more updates. And I believe that we do need to do more because Baldwin Park is the 6th highest with COVID cases in LA County right now. So we definitely need to find a way to flatten that curve because it's very, very concerning. I work for the Baldwin Park School District as well. So you are all my family, you are all my community. So we will work together, Ms. Lucero. Those of you that are calling, please continue to call and give us your opinion, your thoughts, your concerns, because that's what we are here for. Thank you.
And absolutely on that. Yes, go ahead. Who else wanted to say something? Councilmember Garcia?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Let me know when you're done and I would like to speak, please.
No, go ahead. I'll go after you.
Okay, thank you. So first of all, I was really looking forward to this evening. I have postponed my swearing-in ceremony until the first quarter of next year so that my family can be present for this special occasion. And I'm here because I wanted to, well, first of all, take care of business, also recognize the mayor for the many years of service and record number. I don't think we'll ever have a mayor that has served as long as this mayor has. And let me remind you that this mayor has been reelected every 2 years for the last 21 years. So that is something to be recognized, and I'm happy to do that this evening. And I also wanted to recognize Councilmember Gina Ayala, as well as the newly elected mayor and council members. I really wanted to keep this evening positive, and I do encourage, participation from the public, but I also want to call out BS when it's present. And you heard from Greg Tuttle earlier, and he's a person that called me a political prostitute. Well, I just want to say that this is a person that has been a bully, has been racist. He has called me wetback in the past, in addition to political prostitute. I tried to get a restraining order against him, but because I'm a public official, I wasn't able to, because we have a higher standard of burden versus a regular citizen. But I do want to take the opportunity right now to read the words of other women in his life that he has impacted and that he has bullied. So let me take the opportunity right now, because I didn't want to be negative. However, I think it's warranted based on some of the comments that were made earlier. And let me just say that those comments were made because I have been a successful council member here. I'm grateful for the confidence that has been bestowed upon me, if you will, by the voters of this community, more than 11,000 in this election alone. And I have served my community. I have done it honorably. I have also been effective at fundraising and also leading political campaigns. And so if this was a man, I would just kind of be congratulated. But because I'm a woman, this person thinks that it's his right to call me a political prostitute. Well, again, let me read a restraining order that was obtained by his ex-wife and how he has treated other women in his life. In her words, she says, "I am seeking this order on an ex parte application based on the fact the respondent has caused physical harm to our daughter and is mentally abusing both of us to the point we are in fear of our lives." This is a person that got up and spoke earlier, and I agree with the mayor that, yes, we all have freedom of expression. But I am letting you know that I am not going to tolerate this behavior. And if you want to come after me and you want to be a bully, I'm going to provide the facts of who you are. And so I just wanted to share that this evening. And then with that, I also want to say that, yes, I agree with Councilmember Alejandra Avila and everybody here on this council and in the incoming council that we do need to address the COVID situation. I think early on, we were very effective in identifying measures to help our community. And I will work very closely with Councilmember Alejandra Avila to continue to identify those solutions. We've all been elected to present solutions, to make recommendations, to present our ideas, just like we've done. And I think that at least, for the testing site that we were able to provide, the food vouchers, the assistance for businesses, I think that there's more of that we can do. And of course, informing our residents just how important it is to adhere to the restrictions. So I don't want to take up any more time, and let's move on, Mayor. Thank you.
it's unfortunate that we're having to address this. Thought it would be different, but nevertheless, we're going to move on. All right. So at this point, council members have anything else they wish to share? If not, we'll go over to the consent calendar that we have items 1 through 4. Council members wishing to pull any item?
We already did that, Mayor.
Right. Well, yeah, that's when I went back. Okay, so at this point, we'll move on. Thank you. This one will go over to the public hearing, which item 5, which is the fiscal year 2019-2020 Community Development Block Grant CDBG and Home Investment Partnership Home Consolidated Annual Performance Evaluation Report at the CalPERS. So who is handling this for the public hearing? Hello?
Mayor Ben Martinez and his staff.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. If you can open the public hearing and take any comments, we'd be happy to provide a report if needed.
All right. Okay. So at this point, I'll go ahead and open up the public hearing for the fiscal year 2019-2020 Community Development Block Grant CDBG and the Home Investment Partnership. So at this point, Madam City Clerk, do we have any callers that wish to speak on the item?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Greg Tuttle, I'm calling him now.
All right. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Mr. Tuttle, I'm calling you back regarding a public hearing on the Community Development Block Grant. Yes, sir. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead. This is, you're able to speak right now. This is the public communication regarding the Community Development Block Grant. I guess you requested to speak on the subject.
Oh, okay. Thank you. This is Greg Tuttle. What I'm speaking on is the CDBG money. What I noticed on the last budget from Rose Tam that she did, you took half of the CDBG money and you put it into the debt service and didn't even use it. Now, if you're going to get CDBG money, you need to use it for the people of Baldwin Park and not pay off interest and debt on bonds. So you need to quit cooking the books and make sure when you're CDBG money that you put it directly to helping the people of the community. And Monica, I never called you a wetback. If I want to, I can.
Hold on.
Mr. Mayor.
Stay on the subject. Please stay on the subject. Okay.
So anyway, if your bookkeeper, which is Rose Tam, the finance director, is going to cook the books and shift funds, CDBG money is not going to help the citizens of Baldwin Park. And I have proof of that because it's in the books, it's in the paper. Okay, so let's not call everybody a liar. So when you bring in, you need to put not just your buddies in the CDBG. You need to put all the different community people that help the community out, that feed the community, the church, and all the other people. You need to include them in this one. And you need to make sure that they use that money properly and it's regulated. But when you go and take $468,000 of that money and shift it to pay your bonds because you're inefficient, that's wrong. So make sure this money goes to the right place. Thank you. That's all I got to say.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Tuttle. At this point, do we have any other callers for the public hearing?
No, Mayor.
We don't? Okay, so at this point, I will entertain a motion to close the public hearing. That is my motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor Hernandez. Any objections? See none, so moved. All right, so at this point, Mr. Ben Martinez, or council members have any questions? If not, I'll go ahead and make a motion for the fiscal year, authorize the city chief executive officer, CEO, to make all confirming modifications and edits to the implementing documents required by HUD, and direct staff to submit the CalPERS by HUD dealing on December 30th, 2020. So that's my motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor. Any objections? See none, so move. All right, thank you very much. All right, so at this point, we're going into new business, which is the approve a resolution certifying the results of the general municipal election held on Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020. So at this point, staff recommend that council adopt resolution number 2020-062 entitled A Resolution of the City Council of the City of Baldwin Park reciting the fact of the general municipal election held on November 3rd, 2020 and declaring the results thereof and such other matters as provided by law. So at this point, I'll go ahead and make a motion.
Second.
Second, any objections? See none, so moved. All right, so I guess that the first one that we're going to, am I following this in the right order? Administration, yes, go ahead.
Mayor, you were supposed to do the proclamations and commendations first.
Okay, then let's go ahead and do, at this point, I guess I'll bring in the speakers, right? Am I correct?
Yes, Mayor, we have Senator Rubio on the line to present, make a presentation.
All righty. Okay, Senator Susan Rubio, are you online?
Actually,
Senator, oh, there you are. There you are.
I'm right here. Hello, everyone. We're good to be here.
Thank you.
First of all, it's an honor just to be back since that was home to me for so many years. And especially that we have, you know, some extraordinary people all around. And I want to definitely make sure that I commend people's work. I wanted to just make a note that since we couldn't be there in person, which is customary, everyone should have received certificate from my office. So I hope everyone did receive it. And I wanted to start with the outgoing members, if I may.
Yes.
First of all, happy birthday, Mayor. I know that we share a December birthday, so I want to say happy birthday. And also just commend you for all the years of service. It takes time to lead a city. It takes energy. It takes personal sacrifice. You know, we personally know that we're there at nights, on the weekends, and it's something to be commended. So I just want to thank you for all your years of service and offer just this congratulation on behalf of the State Senate. On behalf of the State Senate, we want to recognize your 28 years of service. I understand that some of it was when you were a commissioner, but collectively 28 years is quite a long time. So thank you for just being you know, willing to serve. Like I said, it's a sacrifice. You've been the longest serving mayor, and that's a title that perhaps, you know, someone else may not have. And so I want to congratulate you. So I hope that you got your certificate and it's there with you. And, you know, I'm sure that you'll continue to do other things that will further the work that you've done as a mayor. So again, thank you for serving all these years. I wanted to also recognize Jean Ayala for her service. I know that you're a teacher. You know, I was a teacher for a long time and I taught at the same time. I was a council member and I understand the challenges from, you know, grading papers after hours to having to do work on the weekends, parent teacher conferences, and you've managed to do that. And so I want to thank you for that. It's not an easy job and I've done both. So again, thank you for your service. You should also have your certificate of recognition from the state. And we hope to see you around as well, continuing to further, the work that you're so passionate about and also continuing to be part of our community. So I also want to recognize the outgoing Mayor Pro Tem. I know usually it's not customary, but I also wanted to say to the Mayor Pro Tem, Paul Hernandez, thank you for serving as Mayor Pro Tem. I know that sometimes we think it's an honorary title, but a lot of the times the mayor can't be there and you have to step up. And I've seen you step up and lead a few times. So congratulations. So I hope that you also got your certificate of recognition.
Thank you.
Thank you. I want to go now to the newly elected members. And so I want to start off with the newly elected mayor. Mayor, I just want to say that I'm already very impressed with your advocacy work and how hard you have been working to further your agenda for affordable housing, open space, and particularly breaking down the barriers for low-income families and trying to make sure that they're taken care of. And so there's something really special that I don't think we've thought about in all these years. And I'm also very honored and proud of your wife. I don't think we realize we haven't had a first lady in the city of Baldwin Park for quite a long time. If I remember correctly, it was Fidel, and I don't think he was married at the time. Then it was Betty Lowe. So she was the mayor. There wasn't a first lady, and then Mayor Lozano. So I believe you're the first one with at least since 1990 with the first lady. So I hope that she also enjoys the ride. And I know you have two little ones. And I hope that they learn a lot and grow along with you. So thank you for, again, wanting to serve. Someone mentioned it earlier, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of personal sacrifice. And the fact that you're willing to do it with a young family, I think it's commendable. And we're going to be here to support you. So Mayor, we do have a commendation for you as well. And I'm sorry I couldn't be there personally to give it to you, but I hope to meet you in person and make sure that I recognize you personally as well. So thank you, and I'm here to support you for anything that you need. I wanted to take time to also recognize our newly elected council member, Danny Damian. What I know of Danny Damian is that he does so much outside of his work in his business. Recently, he had a turkey drive and was able to gather a lot of turkeys to give to the most needy. Again, those are things that he does outside his business, outside his personal life. And so thank you for taking care of our community here in Baldwin Park. I know that you've been very dedicated to serving. I'm so sorry, my phone rang. I know that you're very dedicated to serving, and as my opinion, you've always conducted yourself in a very professional and respectable manner. So I wanted to assure you that I'm also here to support you and hopefully, you know, collaborate with all of you actually on the dais, from the newly elected mayor to Paul Hernandez and yourself. So again, I hope to see you in person so I can recognize you in person. I also want to recognize now our newly, re-elected council member, Monica Garcia. You know, it is tough sometimes to hear some of the attacks, and it's not easy. So, so I want to say sorry for that, but I also want to just say thank you for all the years of service. More than a decade is, you know, a lifetime when you're giving up of your personal time. And so hopefully with the change of guard, you know, we find a common ground, not myself, but just in general, everyone to work on positive changes. I know the mayor and everyone prior to today has already started to work on projects. I know myself, personally, it takes time to develop projects and do the work, and so hopefully you collectively can carry the torch and do a lot of great things for our community. Marlene Garcia, the newly elected city clerk, I also send certificate of recognition, so hopefully you also received it. And I know that you're not new to Baldwin Park or the dais, and just want to say thank you for, again, wanting to serve. It is something that you love, and I know that it's something that you'll do well, and I know that you'll get to see programs that you implemented when you were a council member, and I think that's pretty neat that you get to go back and kind of see the fruits of your labor. So congratulations on that. I know that we are not re-electing Alejandra Avila or Marie Contreras, but I also don't want to leave you out of the discussion and conversation. You know, I love you both. Thank you for serving. And again, collectively, I hope that I can be working with everyone. You know, I'm here to serve. As you all know, early on when I got elected to the state senate, I was able to bring funding for your police department and other services. And so I hope that we can continue this dialogue, collaboration, and I hope that this is a successful, you know, a next tenure. So thank you everyone for allowing me to speak. I hope I didn't take too much time, and I hope I didn't leave anybody else, but thank you. I really appreciate the time you've given me.
Thank you, Senator. First of all, Senator Susan Rubio, who we both served together on the city council as well. You're doing a great job in Sacramento, and I know it's a large district. Continue on, and thank you very much. And I really sincerely appreciate you giving me this great recognition, and also recognizing my contribution to the city ballpark. Thank you very much, and continue doing a good job.
And if I may say, thank you to staff. It's been a little while since I've been there to see all of you. And so I'm watching behind the scenes. Thank you for all the work that you're doing on behalf of the city as well, and hope to see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, so at this point, all right, so Ken, so at...
Yes, Mayor. So at this point, we'll hand the gavel over to newly elected Mayor.
I don't mean to
hold on.
Interrupt at this time, but I don't think we've had an opportunity to.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's correct.
Yeah.
Hold on, real quick. This is the time where I could go ahead and read what I wanted. I'm going to follow the agenda.
Yes, Mayor. We're at the proclamations, commendations, and presentations. So there's plaques for outgoing member Jean Ayala, for service of Mayor Pro Tem Paul Hernandez, and then the plaque for outgoing mayor yourself. We need to cover that.
I'll go ahead and read off prior to the presentation what I have here. Is that okay with everyone?
Yes.
All right. So just to let everyone know, for those of you that may not know, I moved into Baldwin Park the summer of 1979. So I'll read then what I wrote here. It says that I would like to first thank everyone who partook in the decades I served as the mayor of Baldwin Park. My career spans back to 1992, when I was a campaign manager for Fidel Vargas, a graduate from Baldwin Park High School and a graduate from Harvard University in Boston, Massachusetts. Fidel Vargas was the youngest mayor ever elected in the history of Baldwin Park at the age of 23 years old. I was appointed to the Planning Commission in 1992 and served as a vice chair. In 1994, I was appointed to the City Council, filling in for Dr. Marty Gallegos, who was elected to the California 57th State Assembly District. I ran for City Council in 1997 and was elected overwhelmingly. In 1999, I sought the office of mayor. Since then, I have been honored and privileged to have been afforded the opportunity to serve and elected 10 times, a historical record in the city of Baldwin Park and the San Gabriel Valley. I owe my gratitude and blessings to the residents of Baldwin Park who confided in me for 28 years. Together, we built Baldwin Park as a team. We took risks and challenges, despite some pessimistic adversaries saying, "You will never attract Middle America stores to Baldwin Park." Baldwin Park is a working class community and not enough income is generated to afford major Fortune 500 corporate stores. Under my leadership, small businesses thrived and entrepreneurship grew exponentially with Small Businesses Administration loans. Even today, small businesses throughout the city have been supported by the CARES Act, a federally funded program. Target was the first example of a major development in Baldwin Park. I do recall the developers being pessimistic and not certain whether it was the right decision or investment. Various surveys and numerous questionnaires were circulated community-wide. At the end, Target became a reality. It was from this point we sought Walmart, Home Depot, Smart & Final, Harley-Davidson, LA Fitness Center, and numerous other venues. We fought extremely hard to transform Baldwin Park to be a desirable and competitive city in the San Gabriel Valley. Today, we enjoy a thriving and diverse community with real estate at an all-time high. As mayor, I made it a priority to increase home ownership to those residents who never imagined being homeowners. Today, we have a good portion of residents who have achieved the American dream of owning a home. It was all made possible by various federal and state grants. Seniors have always been our priority under my leadership. We developed 2 major senior citizen housing projects with 1 additional project with 55 units slated for 2021 and 2022. Low to moderate housing has also flourished in Baldwin Park. Metro Village, Ramona Villa, and 2 additional projects also slated for 2021, 2022. Locations of the other 3 that we're looking for are located on Pacific Avenue, Main, and Sterling Way. Second one at Ramona Boulevard and Downing Avenue, and then Lawrence Avenue and Morgan Park. No one can deny the transformation of Baldwin Park. I leave a legacy from a city which once had crime and homicides in the teens and now noted for one of the lowest crime rates in the San Gabriel Valley. We have built a police department which is receptive and sensitive to the needs of our community. I am extremely proud of the women and men who make up the Baldwin Park Police Department. I commend the department and take pride in the immense contribution and community participation. Remember, say no to defunding our police department. I also take pride in the numerous grants and special funds received throughout the year. In 2020, we received a $1.7 million fund and continue our commitment to assist and address the homeless population. We have for decades provided resources to address the homeless despite the current crisis affecting us regionally. We received a $14 million grant from Measure W to build a regional storm drain water project at Barnes Park, along with a state-of-the-art dog park and renovation of the entire park. Our continued commitment to our youth will continue to be a priority. We will continue to seek additional funds to assure our youth are preoccupied and active in academic environment and sports. As I take a step back, I want to remind the City Council, we work hard to maintain a $9 million+ surplus. Don't take these funds for granted. We have established a 3% set aside annually to ensure we maintain fiscal stability and build our reserve funds. While some of our neighboring cities struggled, we have set precedents combined with fiscal responsibility. Under my leadership, no reduction in workforce and/or furloughs were issued. We took major steps during some of the most challenging and economic times circa 2008 recession. COVID-19 has been one of the worst pandemics in the 21st century and will be talked about for generations to come. We took drastic action and were the first city in the San Gabriel Valley to provide our community free testing. We continue to work with the Los Angeles County Health Services Department and continue to provide our community resources. We also had numerous residents apply for CARE Act funding, which assisted residents with rent along with business suffering from mandatory closure. I want to also acknowledge and thank the religious sectors who have provided food goods throughout our community. In times of need, we pulled together as a united Baldwin Park. We still have a ways to go prior to seeing any type of relief. It is pertinent we continue to be mindful of the vulnerable population among us. As the mayor of Baldwin Park, I have fought valiantly over the decades against those wanting to stop the city from progressing. Today, we all enjoy and celebrate the city's continued triumph and successes. We have achieved milestones and need to follow the path to future achievements and successes. I will commit to continue to be vocal and address issues which have direct effect on our living standards and well-being. I will remind each of you, as elected officials, this is not a popularity contest. I've always said I was not elected to be liked nor to be popular. In closing, I have served with honor, privilege, pride, honesty, and integrity. Viva Baldwin Park. Let me also say that I need to pay tribute to both my father and my mother who moved to Baldwin Park and I followed. So I owe them great, great gratitude. And they're not with me, but I know they're with me in spirit. I also want to acknowledge my compadre who passed away going on 2 years, Felipe Plasencia, one of my best friends, who was involved in a plane crash. And hopefully my comadre, as Jolie is online here, I dedicate this to him because I know he's here in spirit. And also acknowledge my family, my brother, Junior Lozano, my awesome campaign manager for over 26 years, to my sister, Blanca, to Mary, Melda, and Juan, and every one of them, all my 20-something nieces and nephews. I want to thank just about everyone, but I know I don't have time, but thank you very much. And what an honor and a pleasure it has been for me to be able to be the mayor of Baldwin Park. And also want to let the residents know, yes, I came at 10,000 something and the elected mayor came at 11,000. So both he, including me, have an obligation to those that continue to support me and hopefully combine together to build the city. One thing to remember is do not capitulate. Now tonight, everyone here got a perfect example of two bullies that will continue to come here if they don't get their way. I have never and will never capitulate to anything like that. My priority has always been the city of Baldwin Park, and I have a proven record of what I have done, as it was acknowledged by the senator and acknowledged by literally hundreds of thousands of residents who have voted for me 10 times as the mayor of Baldwin Park. And as Councilmember Monica Garcia stated, it's every 2 years. And Mr. Mayor-elect Emmanuel Estrada, just a reminder that once you, as well as Mr. Damian, are officially sworn in, remember, you are a public official and you will become vulnerable to all these false accusations that may fly around. But be strong and be strong-willed as well. So I want to congratulate both of you. I look forward also in working with each and every one of you, so that we'll continue to be active in our community. Thank you. All right, so at this point, I believe we're going to have a council member, Gina Ayala.
Thank you, Mayor.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I do have a few words to say, and it's going to be difficult to follow the mayor, but I'm going to try my best. I would like to take this opportunity at this time to first of all say thank you to the community for their continued support, and especially to over 8,800 residents who continue to show their confidence in me by voting for me. I am humbled and well aware of the importance of your vote. I want to publicly acknowledge those closest to me for their unconditional care and love, especially during these last few months. To my family, my parents, Luis and Socorro Ayala, who are my forever angels in heaven and the main reason for my presence here in the city of Baldwin Park. To my siblings, my uncles and aunts, cousins, nieces and nephews, my dearest friends who span my lifetime, my 3 wonderful godchildren, my compadres, my family all over this country and in Nicaragua. Your continued support and words of encouragement are so very much appreciated. Thank you, and I love you more. I want to also thank our city staff for the remarkable work that you do on a daily basis for our residents, for our community, and for me. Many people can look from outside in and not really fathom the amount of dedication and commitment that you have to our community. The city staff works tirelessly to keep our city running, to make it a viable, desirable, and safe place for everyone. When I was elected as your city clerk in 2018 and now as your council member, I have been afforded an excellent opportunity to see firsthand what our city staff and departments were doing. During my tenure, I worked alongside our extremely professional, extremely knowledgeable and experienced Chief Deputy City Clerk, Mrs. Lourdes Morales, to begin making those efforts to streamline our records and retention process. We are so fortunate to have someone of Ms. Morales' caliber and professionalism in our city clerk office. And I thank you, Lulu, for your professionalism that you bring to your position. And I personally thank you for all that you do, and especially for your endearing friendship. Our administration team is exemplary. I appreciate the guidance of our CEO, Mr. Shannon Yahtzee, our legal counsel led by Mr. Robert Tafoya, and our council executive secretary, Mrs. Rosa Caballero. The commitment of our team is endless. They continuously work for the betterment of our community. Thank you for always your guidance and your care, and I appreciate it. Thank you to our city staff and departments for their innovativeness, their desire to look outside the box, and their commitment to moving our community forward. Thank you to our finance team under Director Ms. Rose Tam for always keeping us fiscally responsible and financially sound. You and your team are exceptional. Thank you to our Public Works team under Director Mr. Sam Gutierrez for continuously maintaining our community infrastructure and making sure that it is appropriate, up to date, and well maintained. Thank you always for placing our community first. I appreciate it. Thank you to our Community Development Division and Housing and Planning teams under Director Ben Martinez for their efforts in maintaining opportunities for growth in both residential and commercial areas. Thank you to everyone in Housing and Planning for all your work daily to make sure plans are met and codes are addressed. I want to personally acknowledge the work of our Community Enhancement Code Enforcement team. This group has done an exceptional job in enhancing our communities. The 2 best things to happen was 1, moving that department into community development out from under the police department. Number 2, hiring our community enhancement manager, Jose Martinez. I cannot speak enough goodness about Jose and his team. Thank you also, thank you especially to you, but also a special kudos to our planner and engineers, Ron Garcia and John Bechet, with special love and thanks especially to Miss Esther Washington, who is truly heaven sent. A true team effort every single day by this team. So thank you so much. I also have to express my sincere thanks to Recreation and Community Service Department under our Director, Manny Carrillo. I have said this before and I'll say it again. I have a special place in my heart for Recreation and Community Service. Not only was I afforded the opportunity to serve as a commissioner for their department, but my siblings and I are products of their programs and their services. The programs and services that this department offers are second to none. Even through our current situation of the pandemic, this department continues to go above and beyond for our residents, our community, and our seniors. The well-being of our residents and community continues to be our priority. Thank you, Recreation and Community Service, for always making Baldwin Park look so good. Thank you. I want to acknowledge our police department for providing public safety to our community on a daily basis. I specifically want to acknowledge those officers who serve and give of themselves to protect and care for our residents, our community members, and serve as mentors to our youth. I want to thank those officers who have assisted in reaching out to families in need, my own students, and our community. Thank you to those officers in our police department who really, truly care and value this community, because it's quite apparent. Those that value our residents, they treat them with respect and dignity like they're their own family members. I greatly appreciate that. Believe me, your actions are quite noticeable and very apparent. Thank you for caring enough and truly serving this community by actually being out in the community, as you should be, by being respectful, caring, and visible. Thank you to those officers who have given of their own time to come to my classroom, foster mentor relationships with my littles, share their job experiences, read stories, talk and listen to my own littles. I truly appreciate it. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. Thank you to those officers who have assisted me personally when my own safety was threatened and at risk. I appreciate your support and guidance and know that your concern was not just because I was an elected official, but a person whose safety was compromised. And I truly thank each one of you. Thank you for that. As an educator, I'm glad to see that there are officers who understand the value of the badge they wear and that they wear it with dignity and pride. Special love to my homegrown officers who decided to come back home and to serve this community that they grew up in, to be an example for our youth that they too can achieve this goal. I commend you because you could have taken your career anywhere else. You could have done this anywhere else, but you decided to come back and serve. You could have served any other community, and I appreciate that you chose to come back and give back to us. These officers should be acknowledged, respected, and praised for giving back to the community that they grew up in. And I personally thank you so very much for that. Public service continues to be a part of me. To serve my community and to help others has always been a part of my being. As a lifelong resident and a 28-year veteran teacher of the Baldwin Park Unified School District, I have been afforded the opportunity to touch the lives of thousands of youth, and now I'm educating their children. So that tells you how dedicated and committed I am to these families. Running for public office, being an elected official, and serving this community was always much more than an election race. This election was never about me. It was about the community of Baldwin Park, the community of Baldwin Park that deserves the best opportunities for its residents. I never just sat up on that dais just to sit up there, nor did I ever take it for granted. I viewed this as a privilege to serve my community as I did. I am honored to say that I am the only Baldwin Park lifelong resident Latina teacher to be elected as a city clerk and serve as a council member that sat up on that dais. I continue to serve my community as a well-respected educator, and yes, I am a role model. Our community of Baldwin Park has been transformed over the last 25 years, and I need to acknowledge the unwavering leadership of our mayor and my friend Manuel Lozano. Without Mayor Lozano's vision, our community would never have achieved the levels of change that we are currently experiencing and that we are witnessing right now. I want to thank Mayor Lozano for his support, his guidance, his leadership, and his friendship. We are family, Manuel, and I'm so really very proud of you. Homies por vida, remember HPV. I'm reminded of what a wise man told us, that this is our time. This is our time to climb up on that hill and look down on our valley and see clearly what is happening. Then come back better, stronger, and ready. Thank you again to everyone. I rest assured my vision continues to be very clear. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you.
Mayor, you're muted.
Okay, well, can't hear me there. Okay, I want to first of all thank the executive team for everything they've done. Shannon, Sam, Rose, Chief, Manny Carrillo, and every one of you that have done a phenomenal job throughout the years, making certain that this city behold, and of course, we've proven more so than others even thought. So at this point, I'm going to give the mic over to Councilmember Monica Garcia.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, you know, I debated on whether I should put some words together before this meeting or if I should just, you know, do improv, because I really wanted it to come from my heart. But I just want to say thank you so much for your many years of service. I have now served as a council member for 13 years. And I've had the honor of working with you as our mayor. I've seen you, you know, up close, working with the constituents, and I've always been so impressed just what a heart for service, you know, you have. And I just want to acknowledge that because, you know, the constituent services, that's something that comes with being a council member, being a mayor. But I really felt like you went above and beyond. You know, you attended the funerals, you attended the weddings. In some cases, you married couples. You attended the barbecues and the family gatherings. And you always did it with such a great heart for service. I remember, you know, we would be out and about and somebody would come up to you about something going on in the neighborhood, something going on with their family member, and you never hesitated. You were always quick to offer your service. And I don't know if we're going to see that level of you know, heart in constituent service like we saw with you. And I think that's why people have loved you for so many years, and why they have felt so connected to you at a very personal level. You know, there have been many times where we've been out in the community, not only in Baldwin Park, but also outside of the city. And people just come up to you like, you know, they know you so well. And I think it's because you always extended yourself very personally. And, you know, it was always with that heartfelt, you know, need and want to provide service and to improve the quality of life for those people, whether it was immigration issues or, like I said, you know, infrastructure in the neighborhood. And so I just think that, you know, those individuals will always remember how you served this community. And in addition to that, you know, I can only speak to my experience growing up in Baldwin Park. When I look at where we were when I was, let's say, 10 years old compared to where we are now, it's so different. And we've heard this time and again, people driving through our community, people that have left our community and then come back, and they've talked about the changes in our community that have happened over the last 30 plus years. And a lot of those changes happened under your leadership, Mayor. And I want to be able to speak to those changes because they really did have a direct impact on the quality of life that we know in our city today. And I will share with you that when I was younger, I participated in recreation and community services programs. I did jazz, tap, ballet folklorico, baton, all of it. I spent a lot of time at our parks. And when I remember as a child, I had to run through the park because I was afraid of, you know, what was happening in the park. And, you know, we get to enjoy, you see people today walking their dogs, playing basketball, doing Tai Chi, so much programming. I mean, there's been so much improvement. And a lot of that, Mayor, has been under your leadership and your vision. And again, because you've had a heart for your community and improving the quality of life for residents in your community. And that is like night and day when I remember as a child enjoying the parks as compared to today and what we enjoy. And a lot of that also goes back to economic development. When I was younger, we didn't have the amenities that we have today. We didn't have Target, Smart and Final, Starbucks, all the grocery stores that we have today, and Home Depot, some of these large regional retail stores that have attracted regional dollars and that have recycled into our community through programs and also for a better fiscal situation. And so a lot of that economic development goes back to your advocacy, Mayor. And I want to give a lot of kudos to you because I know we were labeled, you know, many years ago as a certain community, and you fought. It was that activist in you that pushed to help to see people. I mean, help people to see our community in a different way. And that's what helped attract these amenities. But these amenities would not have come, this economic development would not have happened without the public safety as a foundation for our community. And I know that that has been a hot button issue in this last year, but I will share with you that as a child, it was not fun. It was not fun dropping to the floor because there were bullets outside. That is not the same Baldwin Park that is today. Why? Because public safety has really changed what our community is and its feel. We've had investments, we've had economic development, we've had new constituencies attracted to Baldwin Park. I was just at Macy's the other day, and I happened to run into somebody who moved to Baldwin Park 3 months ago, and she was telling me how much she loved it. Brand new resident and formerly a San Gabriel resident, city of San Gabriel. So I share all that because there has been a lot of investment, economic development, investment from new constituencies. And that's market forces that are happening. But you've also had, the vision for affordable housing. And I think it's important to highlight that because we have several senior centers that have provided affordable housing. I remember as a planning commissioner, when you were the mayor, when we approved a project, it always had a 20% affordable housing component. That has been a priority for our community. That I know that has been a priority under your leadership, Mayor. And I want to acknowledge that too, because while we've had investment, while we've had economic growth in our city, while we've seen improved public safety, we've also wanted to provide programs and housing, for our families that need it, for families in need. And I know that, Mayor, you and I have had a lot of conversations. And so I know firsthand that, again, this comes from your heart, in wanting to provide opportunity for residents, young families wanting to stay in the community, and seniors, looking for an affordable option. So I've seen all of this firsthand, and I just want to say that I've thoroughly appreciated your leadership. I have been able to reap the rewards of the changes that have come into our community on a very personal level, just, to transform with this community. And a lot of that has been under your leadership, under your vision. And I just want to say, I will always remember just how wonderful, some of our stories out in the community, some of our funny moments. But more than anything, I will remember, just how you serve this community with such a great heart and the improvement that came from it. So I just want to say thank you, Mayor. I know that the work will continue, and I know that you will continue to be active in our community, work with the council and the school district, as you've mentioned here. And the reason why I am in support of naming the council chambers after you is because you've been our mayor for 21 years. I don't know if that will happen again. That is part of our Baldwin Park history, whether people want to accept it or not. You have been the mayor for 21 years, council member prior to that for another 5 years, and then planning commissioner, for a total of 28 years of public service. I don't know if we will ever experience that here in the city. And I think it's something that should be documented as part of our city history, because people don't just get elected, without good reason. And so I think that everything that I've talked about, are the reasons why you have been supported all these years, and why I support naming the council chambers in your name and in your legacy. So thank you, Mayor.
Councilmember Monica Garcia, thank you. Really appreciate that. Awesome words. At this point, we're going over to Councilmember Vice Mayor Hernandez.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councilmember Garcia eloquently, rattled off many of your accomplishments, far more than I could ever, remember or do. You know, the one thing that I certainly am appreciative is your friendship. You know, the friendship that you've had towards me, towards my family, and my friends, right? You have become part of my family, as the rest of, you know, the city of Baldwin Park has, and their staff. You know, your dedication and how you conduct yourself out in the community, but more importantly, how you advocate on our behalf when we're not there. As Councilmember Garcia mentioned, you know, constituent services is the heart of, you know, what you've done for the last 28 plus years. That is something that, you know, I've seen firsthand. I've actually been, I've benefited from that, from you also, when I was just a resident out here, not an elected, where, you know, you bring those issues, you know, to the forefront, whether it's a local issue where someone needs their tree trimmed for whatever reason, or some graffiti that hasn't been removed because it just hasn't been, it's been overlooked, whatever the case may be. You take each and every one of those requests as if it was one of your family members' request. And that's something that I've certainly appreciated. I've learned from you. You know, from time to time, you know, we've had our different of opinions on certain issues. But, you know, what I've always greatly appreciated is you've been able to, you know, look at and also learn from, you know, from my views, and grow and move forward, you know, together. The things that, you know, the legacy that you'll leave behind, regardless of what people will say, you know, as we all know, it's politics. You know, there's always the other half. For the other half, there's the good, and for the other half are the folks with a different set of opinions, and that's okay. As you mentioned, this is not something that we get into the business to be popular, but to make the right decisions. So with that, you know, like I said, I don't expect you to be far away from the city and from, you know, from our neighborhoods. You know, either seeing you out on your skateboard, riding throughout the city or our community. It's something that, you know, I hope all of us that are here, and for the new folks that are coming on board, continue to advocate and, you know, instill the legacy of, you know, constituent services, right? You know, I learned that, you know, as a full-time job when I was a council aide for the city of Los Angeles in Council District 14. So I understand exactly what it means for when, you know, folks are coming in and they haven't had their street repaved, or, you know, their trash wasn't removed on a particular day. You know, I worked in Boyle Heights, you know, a different community than us, right? And the one thing, you know, as you've mentioned is, and I take great pride in this, is when people say that Baldwin Park is a poor community, I disagree with them. And I think a lot of people will share that same fact, that we're not a poor community. We're actually a very hard working community that has a lot of resources, rich with a lot of commitment from our community residents that are very active, as we've recently saw in the last couple of elections, which I love. And that advocacy and participation from our residents at all levels is something that I love, and it's something that I think you've been able to stir up over the last couple of years. As Councilmember Garcia mentioned, you know, you have the mayor's position has to be elected every 2 years. And what you've done is something that's, you know, no one else has done in the San Gabriel Valley. And I don't think that's necessarily going to happen in my term. But if it does, you know, good for them. But you know, I wish you all the best. You know, as a friend, as a mayor, because you will carry that title as an honorary title, as I call other council members that have served on the dais here that are now civilians. It's an honorary title that you have earned and respect and have. And, you know, I think one way, a small way to show our appreciation is to name the chambers after you. Because again, once people understand a little bit more about you and take the time to understand who you are and what you stood for, that may, help instill, the next future leaders of our community that are in Miss Ayala's class or upcoming classes in the near future. So with that, thank you again, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Vice Mayor Hernandez. All right. Anyone else?
Mayor, yes.
How about Alejandra?
Hi.
Where are you?
I want to start off, I'm right here. Thank you. I want to thank you, like the rest of my colleagues, for the 21 years of service. I have not been servicing the city as a city council for 21 years, so that is to be commended. So thank you so much. I will make it short because I can see in the comments that our community is just dying to see our new mayor. But thank you for everything you have done. I know you will be vocal in our community and we will continue to work together. Good luck in everything that you do. And again, thank you. And let's get ready to welcome our new mayor, Mr. Estrada. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, if I may first, I also do want to thank our council member Ayala for her commitment and her service for many years. It goes without saying that public service is well embedded in her heart as a leader, as a teacher. She has educated many students and now adults as I've met over the last couple of years. So with that, I certainly want to thank you for everything that you've done. And I know also that you're not going to be far away either.
Thank you, Councilmember. Vice Mayor, and I also real quick, just want to thank you, Gina Ayala. You're a dear friend for many, many years, and I appreciate the and value the J1 friendship that we have. Thank you for what you've done. You've literally educated not hundreds, but thousands of students that have gone on and they're residents in Baldwin Park that have graduated and want to be a part of this great city. So thank you very much. And before I forget, I want to also thank Councilmember Monica Garcia, who I've known for many, many years. Actually, back in 1992, I think you were you at Ballpark High School that year, right?
95.
When she was the queen, I remember seeing her at one of the concerts with then Mayor Fidel Vargas, and then has obviously become the planning commission and a council member, and you've been here 13 years. You've made a major impact. There is no doubt that you are a role model, and you have a lot more doors that will open up for you. And I want to thank you for your beautiful words, as well as Councilmember Hernandez and as Councilmember Ayala, and also Ms. Alejandra Avila. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor. And really quick, before you leave, I also want to acknowledge Councilmember Gina Ayala and thank her for her public service. I mean, talking about a heart for service. As a teacher, teaching several generations, now serving as our city clerk and then city council member. And so I do want to thank Councilmember Ayala for her many years of service to this community as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And by the way, Ayala, thanks for taking me to Houston's. I don't know if I have to report that on my form. I'll find out. So I want to also before I forget, one of my best friends in the politics as well, Mr. Mike Tui and Angela as well. They're joining us live. All righty. So at this point, I will now go to the new business. And before I go on, I just want to also thank, before I don't want to miss out on anything. One moment, please. I want to thank our supervisor, Hilda Solis, who presented me with a certificate that reads, Mayor Manuel Lozano, 20 years of public service, City of Baldwin Park, in recognition of your dedicated service in the affairs of community and for the civic pride demonstrated by numerous contributions for benefits. So I want to thank our supervisor, Hilda Solis, and also would like to acknowledge our state assembly member, Blanca Rubio as well, for giving me this awesome proclamation from the state. And before I forget, hold on. I want to thank the council members for the plaque. Thank you, Alejandra. Thank you, Councilmember Monica Garcia, Councilmember Hernandez, and everyone else. And there's another, hold on real quick. Hold on. Got to do this. Hold on. Can you hand me that, please? Right here. I'm having someone hand something to me. I want to thank you guys. I think it's also historic for a lot of us is that this virtual meeting totally different. So let me just show everyone. I want to thank the city council for giving me this right here. This is awesome, you guys. This is really awesome. I'll go ahead and place it on the on my Facebook and everything else. But I want to thank everyone for that. So at this point, we can go over to the new business, the approve a resolution certifying the results of the general municipal election held on Tuesday, November 3rd. So we'll go over to the administration of oath of office and presentation of certificates, elections to re-elect officials as a problem. So at this point, I guess I'll give this over to, handing this over to the elect mayor, Mr. Mayor Emmanuel Estrada. Is that what I'm doing at this point?
Yes, Mayor. So, and Supervisor Hilda Solis is here. She may want to say a few words, and then she's also here to administer the oath of office to newly elected Mayor Estrada.
Hello.
There she is.
Hello.
Do you want me to go on now? Are we good?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, and good evening, everyone. Buenas noches. I'm just intrigued by all the accolades I've heard with all the elected officials and you, Mayor, Lozano, and all the council members and the city staff, and really to the city and the community residents. Just a big salute to all of them. The best thing that we can do is always hold ourselves to a good democratic process. Elections mean something, and the value of having everyone involved is so important. So I want to start with that premise, but I also want to thank all the residents of Baldwin Park. I'm your neighbor. I grew up here in the San Gabriel Valley, was raised in La Puente, but I've been a 30-year resident here in the city of El Monte. And so we've shared so many good things that have happened in Baldwin Park. And I'm, very thoughtful and reminded of some of the things that have been said already about Mayor Lozano and also the previous mayors before him back in 1992. And we had the privilege of having then President-elect Clinton come to the San Gabriel Valley. I'll never forget that moment, and meeting the First Lady, Hillary Clinton, and seeing how the enthusiasm of our community came out to welcome both of them. And that happened in San Gabriel Valley and Baldwin Park. Fond memories that I have. But now, fast forward, so many good things have happened, and I want to congratulate Mayor Manny Lozano, who I've known for many years. You started out as a youngster, 28 years. Oh my God, where did the time go? You've done so many good things, and you've been there for so many occasions where I have been there representing the city of Baldwin Park as a assemblywoman, senator, congresswoman, and the Department of Labor. And I'm very happy that we've been able to work together with the city to create opportunities for park space, for parking structures, for MetroLink, for so many good things that we've done there together, and really opening up opportunities, whether it's even now facing the pandemic, COVID, having food bank drives there and testing and all that needs to happen. I really want to thank you and all the members of your council and your staff. I can't tell you how actually so proud and enamored I am by the city services that you all have provided over the years. And I can continually look to see how we can foster that and work with you in partnership. So no matter where you are, what's happened, Manny, I just thank you so much for everything. And also the outgoing city council members. But more importantly, we got to preserve what we have and taking on Baldwin Park to a new horizon and a better place, working together. I also want to thank Council Member Jean Ayala. Very nice to hear about all the accomplishments that you've had. What a wonderful and tremendous opportunity it's been to serve with you. And also to thank Monica Garcia, who's been there for so long, working to support many of the efforts that we put forward during my capacity in other elected offices and now as the County Board of Supervisors. So thank you, Monica. We look forward to working with you, and also to our new incoming city clerk, who's no stranger to the city of Baldwin Park, and that's Marlene Garcia. Marlene, I work with you in different capacities, especially at Kaiser when you were there. So I want to thank you for everything that you've done, and I know you're going to be contributing in so many different ways. But now I want to extend my sincere congratulations also to the new incoming Mayor Emmanuel Estrada, who I've just gotten to know and really excited about the potential of what he can do there in the city of Baldwin Park. Someone whose family has grown up there, and he, with his family, with his working class immigrant parents, as well as his family and his wife and children, being a part of Baldwin Park. That's really important, I think. And I know that he is going to undertake facing many challenges with the challenges that we're facing right now with high rents, lack of good paying jobs, and access to healthcare. These are things that I know that he's aspiring to help change. And I hope to work with him and all the city council members and all the community stakeholders. I know he's going to represent a new generation of young and talented leaders also wanting to come in and make a positive change. I know that his aspirations fit in nicely with many of ours, and that is making sure that people have affordable housing and there's housing for homeless people. And he believes also in good changes in climate change and also advocating green and open space and park space, which is something that the city has always advocated for. So I think there's a lot of good things that we can try to improve upon and work towards, especially under this pandemic, which has taken so many of our families' lives, especially hard hit in the 1st District that I represent. Knowing that we have to move through this crisis, it's not easy, especially for our small businesses, but also for people who are tenants who are wondering if they're going to be able to stay in their places now and if they'll be evicted. And if not, we want to provide those protections and work with the city of Baldwin Park to do that and make available any CARES Act funding that we sorely need for our small businesses and for our families. So I look forward to working with all of you and with the new incoming mayor. And I have the privilege right now of administering the oath of office. So if it's appropriate, can we move on that?
Yes.
On that item?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I'd like to ask Emmanuel Estrada to please join us here at this time.
Hey, I am here and I have Mayor Jr. with me who's going to hold the Bible for me. So I'm very excited.
Okay, wonderful. I know it's getting late. You're stuck
Yeah.
out of it. Okay, so when I ask you to raise your right hand and repeat after me, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and then state your name.
I, Emmanuel J. Estrada,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the State of California,
to the Constitution of the State of California,
and that I take this obligation freely
and that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose
without any mental reservation or purpose
of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Discharge the duties about which I am about to enter.
Thank you. Congratulations. You've taken the oath. Congratulations to you and your family, to the city.
Congratulations.
All right. Thank you.
Mayor Estrada, now you take the gavel from this point.
Yeah, congratulations, Mayor. So now the agenda is yours to run. And we'll be finishing item B with the oath, administration of the oath for incoming council member Daniel Damian.
Great. So we're moving on to Councilmember-elect Damian's swearing in by, I believe, Councilmember Avila, correct?
That's correct.
Yes, I'm getting her now.
Okay.
Look at that. Mute it.
Is the camera on?
All right, so I have my mom here and Alejandra here as well.
Okay.
Right, can you hear us?
We can hear
yes,
you.
we hear you and see you.
Raise your right hand. Okay, say, repeat after me. I, Daniel Damian,
I, Daniel Damian,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
and I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
that
I will bear true faith
I will bear true faith
and
allegiance
to the Constitution of the State of California, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now we are moving on to the swearing in of City Clerk Marlene Garcia by former Mayor Manuel Lozano.
Mayor? Where is she? Let me see. Let me see it in here. Anyone see her? I'm not seeing her. Hold on.
I see her, but she's on mute and her camera's off.
You know what? Let me just call her.
She turned on the camera.
I'm here.
Oh, Marlene Garcia, we're not seeing you on the camera there.
Oh, my camera should.
We got to see you. We got to see you.
Hold on. I have a camera. I'm not sure why it's not on.
Okay, this is a virtual problem. Click and click again.
Click.
And click again.
Okay. If not, you know what? You want to go ahead and just administer as it? Well, you know what? Definitely got to see. Are you at home, Marlene?
Start your video. Okay, let me go ahead and.
Oh, here we go. Hello.
There she is.
Nice to see you. All right, Marlene, raise your right hand. Okay, repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Marlene Garcia,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of California
the Constitution of the State of California,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the State of California, that I take this obligation freely and without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. Congratulations, you are now the official city clerk of Baldwin Park.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. And I guess now we are moving over to comments. Mayor, I don't know if you had any more comments, or we can go on to the next person in line.
Well, I just want to, first of all, Mayor Emmanuel, want to thank you and each and every one of you. We look forward, and if you need anything, I will make myself available. The key thing here is to make sure that we maintain the city of Baldwin Park together, and that we remove the rumors and innuendos, because unfortunately the social media can be damaging without any proper documentation or any proof whatsoever. So congratulations to you. Congratulations also to Mr. Damian, and congratulations City Clerk, and also Councilmember Monica Garcia. At this point, I'm signing out, wishing you the best. Viva Baldwin Park, people.
Viva.
Thank you.
Love you, Mayor.
Next is Councilmember Ayala.
Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Okay, where am I? Am I on now?
Yeah, you're on. Go ahead.
Okay, I don't have any other further comments. I just want to say congratulations and good luck to everybody. City staff, you know I have you deep in my heart, and we'll be in touch, okay? So thank you, everybody, and congratulations. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is newly elected City Clerk Marlene Garcia.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Hi. I don't want to take too much time because you'll be hearing from me for the rest of the 2 years that I have on this position. I just want to first thank the residents of the city of Baldwin Park for their continued support of me, for believing in me, and they just need to know that I will serve with integrity as I always have, and I'm very happy to be involved again in my community. I raised my children here, they went to schools here, and I continue to live here. I work here as well at Kaiser Permanente, and it's what brought me to this wonderful community and what really made me see the spirit of community, the spirit of family, and giving back to this wonderful community, because I was raised in Boyle Heights. I did not see that type of spirit in that beautiful city. And so I'm happy that it's here. And so again, I raised my children here. I want to thank the mayor for his service. He has been like a father figure to my children, was there for their graduations from Sierra Vista High School, Baldwin Park High School, and when my daughter graduated from UCLA. So I want to thank him for being there. Both he and I worked together several years, 14 years when I served on the city council. A lot of those years were fun years that we really accomplished a lot of great things for this community. Again, it's believing in this community, because a lot of people ran away from Baldwin Park, whereas we, I believe, ran to Baldwin Park and made it the community it is today. I look forward to working with the newly elected officials, Mayor Estrada and Council Member Damien, and of course, Monica Garcia. We have worked together in the past, and the elected officials that are there now. We need to continue this movement of Baldwin Park and ensuring that we're moving it in the right direction, that people that live here are proud to say they are from Baldwin Park, and that people are invited to come to Baldwin Park and to shop here and also to possibly live here. So yes, we do need to make housing affordable. That is something that I've always said for many years, even when I was serving on city council, that the affordable housing idea isn't really affordable for our families that live here, unfortunately. I also want to thank Councilmember Gina Ayala for all your support, all your help. You'll still be around. Please don't leave. Be involved. I think it's going to be necessary for all of us to work together. I want to also thank the staff, because I'm really looking forward to working with staff. I had a wonderful relationship with them when I was there as a council member, and I look forward to working with them again as I come in as the city clerk. I know it's a position that is not well known, but I want to make sure I'm going to work hard to make it known so that people understand this position is not just ceremonial. We are the keepers of the history of the city of Baldwin Park, and that is so important. So thank you, Mayor, for this opportunity, and I look forward to working with everybody.
Councilmember Alejandra Avila, did you have any more comments to make?
Yes, thank you. I'll be sharing the camera with Mr. Damien because my phone died. Welcome, everybody. I want to thank our newly elected Mayor, Emmanuel Estrada. Congratulations. I'm very happy for your big win. I know we are going to do a lot of things for the city of Baldwin Park moving forward. We will continue to do the best that we can, and I am extremely happy to be working with you. I'm also excited to welcome Mr. Danny Damien as our new council member. I'm looking forward to working with him as well. It's difficult to talk with the mouth, I want you to know. And I'm very excited. He has a lot of good visions, a lot of work opportunities for our community, a lot of plans for our city. So I'm very excited to work all together with Mr. Hernandez, with Ms. Garcia. I want to welcome Ms. Marlene Garcia. I was a former city clerk, so I know exactly what it is to do that job, and I know you will do an excellent job. So welcome back. And we will make this short because we've been here a long time. I just want to say welcome to everybody, and let's keep moving Baldwin Park forward. Good night. Thank you.
City Treasurer Marie Contreras, did you have some comments to make? City Treasurer? We can hold on City Treasurer Contreras, and we can go to Daniel, newly elected council member Daniel Damien.
Hi, good evening. Can you guys hear me good with this mask? Yeah. First of all, good evening to everybody. I'm going to make it short. I didn't write a speech. I'm just going to speak whatever comes out. First of all, I want to say thank you very much to my friends, my family, and all of those who voted and supported our campaign. I look forward to working with the entire city staff to make sure that we move our city forward. I just want to also thank my campaign team who worked really hard and believed in me. It was Maria Davalos, Tony Cortez, Abel, Albert, Anna Lynn, and a few other. I know I'm going to leave some names out. I don't want to go through a whole list. But I just want to say something. We were elected to do a job. And that is exactly what my intentions are, to come in and do a job to represent the community of Baldwin Park. I want to encourage all of our residents, our community members, to please continue to call into city council meetings, get involved in the city council meetings, call in, reach out to us, hold us accountable, because at the end of the day, you guys elected all of us to do one thing, and that is to represent each and every one of you. And that is my commitment. My commitment is to do what is best for each and every one of you. So I please encourage you all to please continue to get involved, speak up. I look forward to working with everyone. Mayor Lozano, I want to thank you for your services and years of services that you've provided to the city of Baldwin Park, as well as outgoing council member Gina Ayala for all the years of service that she's provided as a teacher and public service. I look forward to working with our new council colleagues. Councilmember Monica Garcia, congratulations on your reelection. Newly elected Mayor Emmanuel Estrada, Councilmember Paul Hernandez, as well as Councilmember Alejandra Avila. So again, I just want to say thank you all very much. I look forward to working with each and every one of you to make sure that we do move our city forward in the right direction. Thank you.
Great. Councilmember Monica Garcia, I know you spoke earlier, but I don't know if you have any more comments to make.
Yes, of course. Well, first of all, as I mentioned earlier, I postponed my swearing in ceremony because I really wanted my family to be present during the ceremony. But I do want to take the opportunity to thank the voters that put their confidence in me in this election. And I just want to say that I will continue to serve this community with the same heart that I have had since the beginning. I love this community. I want to see only good things happen. And in that spirit, I also want to welcome Mayor Emmanuel Estrada. I look forward to working with you, especially as we tackle some of these homeless challenges in our community. And, you know, it's really about putting our heads together and being collaborative to identify real solutions that work for our community. And so I look forward, I know that's a priority for you, and I look forward to working with you on that, as well as other priorities to move our city forward. And I know that I gave a lot of accolades to our outgoing mayor, but I hope you don't feel like it takes anything away from you, because, you know, like I said, welcome. I look forward to working with you and being very collaborative. I also want to welcome Councilmember Danny Damian. And I know that you're going to bring a perspective as far as businesses, small businesses, being a business owner yourself. And so I look forward to working with you and your priorities as well. And I really do think that, you know, we will have a great team to move our city forward on economic development fronts, affordable housing, housing for the homeless, infrastructure, recreation and community services, and all, you know, public safety too. Public safety serves as a basis of all of this. So I look forward to working with all of you. And of course, you know, with Mayor Pro Tem Paul Hernandez and Councilmember Alejandra Avila, we've got a lot to tackle. Now it's time that we roll up our sleeves, COVID being one of the first priorities that we tackle. So just welcome. And I look forward to working with all of you.
Mr. Mayor, sir, Mr. Mayor Estrada?
Yes.
Real quick, I just want to let everyone know that Congressman Grace Napolitano is, I guess she's watching us online there. So I just wanted to also thank her for giving me this this recognition as well. So just want to let everyone know, because she's online. All right, thank you. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.
No worries. Councilmember Paul Hernandez, did you have any words that you wanted to say?
Yes, I would. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. First and foremost, want to congratulate our newest city clerk, Ms. Garcia. Congratulations. Welcome, Marlene Garcia. Excuse me. Welcome back to City Hall. This whole Garcia is gonna mess me up. I'm sure. So expect it. But congratulations once again. I look forward to working with you again in your new capacity as our city clerk, and to our newly elected council member Danny Damian. Again, congratulations to your win, to your election. Looking forward to and collaborating with you and working with on the various initiatives you might have, as I think we both collectively support workforce development. I've been working towards youth summer employment and other job initiatives for our local residents. So I look forward to working with you on those type of initiatives and all the other ones. And of course, Councilmember Monica Garcia, congratulations on your reelection. Obviously, the community had a lot of faith in you once again. So again, I look forward to moving the city forward, and to our new mayor, Mayor Manuel Estrada. As we've spoken already in the past, congratulations. I wish nothing but the success for you, and of course with our council member, newly elected Councilmember Damian, because the way I see things is if we move forward as a whole, our city moves forward as a whole. There are enough challenges in our region and in our city that each of us could be successful in their own ways. So with that, thank you, and I wish congratulations to your whole campaign team and your family that supported you, because I know that's a big part of everyone's campaign is their friends and families, and we certainly don't want to forget them as we celebrate tonight. A little bit different than in previous years, but hopefully in the next couple months here, things will be a lot different for us, and we'll be able to meet and host meetings in person. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Hernandez. It seems that our city treasurer might have dropped out of the call. So
Mayor Estrada, I don't mean
yes?
to interrupt.
No worries.
Thank you. If I could have the floor again, just because I missed the opportunity to congratulate our city clerk, Marlene Garcia. I focused on the city council, and I actually, want to congratulate our city clerk, Marlene Garcia. And here we go, Monica and Marlene once again.
Right.
But welcome back, Marlene. A big hug to you, un abrazo muy fuerte. And I look forward to serving the community with you once again. It's going to be an interesting Marlene-Monica combination once again, but I know again that you have definitely had a heart for service for many, many years, and I know that's going to continue, and I just look forward to working with everybody that was elected moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marlene.
Mayor, can I be heard?
Yes, of course. And I just want to confirm that's our city treasurer, correct?
Hi, Emmanuel. I'm in Arizona, but I am sharing all this excitement with you guys, with the new council member, Danny, and you as our new mayor. I just want to let you know that I'm here for you with anything that I can help. I know we are elected to serve the people, and just want to wish you the best of luck. It's a different challenge. You think you're know it all, but you really don't. It's really something different. So you have to enjoy and work on it every single day, every moment. And I hope that you do the best for our community. And I want to wish you the best and your family. May God bless you guys in your new chapter of your life, as well as you, Marlene. I'm really looking forward to meeting all of you and working with you and challenging things for you with you guys. And I just want to let you know, I'm not a good speaker. The Mike and I are not. Of all these years, I just get all paranoid when I'm talking. But I just want to welcome you. And like I said, wish you the best. And thank you, Manny Lozano, for all these years. I know that we have met when Fonz, my husband, was an elected planning commissioner with you. So I got to know you since then. And I know you've done your best, even though, you know, like you say, you agree to disagree. And there's people that don't like chocolate, and you're not going to make them eat that chocolate. But, you know, you did your best, and it has been a great time, great benefits that we have. We had the opportunity to leave Baldwin Park, you know, when Target was developed and my parents lived on Main. But, you know, Baldwin Park was always good to us. We were immigrants, and we came to Baldwin Park. We went to schools there. So even if we had the opportunity to leave, we were blessed to be raised in Baldwin Park and go to the schools and accomplish what we have accomplished. So I want to thank you, Jean, also for all your work that you've done and for always being there as our supporters. Thank you very much, and God bless you all, and good night.
Mayor,
thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you for those comments.
Mayor, this is Alejandra again. I'm so sorry. Monica, congratulations on your re-election. I'm so sorry. I just saw you as a council. So congratulations. And thank you we're always working together. I appreciate that. Congratulations again. And Gina Ayala, thank you for working with us, but we will continue to see you. Good luck.
Thank you, guys. It seems we're all out of you know, we are all filled with emotion, and we're going back and forth. So you know, I guess that's the list. I guess I am next. And you know, I just want to say, you know, I am, you know, you can't see it, but I am ecstatic and I am excited, and I know that we are socially distant, but we are together in spirit. You know, I passed by City Hall this morning, and I saw that Susan Rubio did leave a certificate for each one of us, and I do have it here. So I want to say thank you to her. I heard Congresswoman Napolitano also left some certificates for us, and so did Supervisor Hilda Solis. And I do want to thank Supervisor Solis for you know, swearing me in. It's an honor and a privilege. It is without a doubt that Supervisor Solis is an amazing role model, and she is without a doubt a pride in the San Gabriel Valley. I also want to congratulate former Mayor Manuel Lozano for having such a decades-long career in the City Hall, and that is by far a challenging record to beat. You know, so if anybody is up for it, you guys can try, right? And so I also want to thank everybody that made this possible. You know, as many of you know, and as many of you don't know, this is my second time running. In 2018, I had some savings that amounted to 10% of what the other two candidates ran. You know, and I had this idea that municipal government could be a lot more, that we could do a lot more at a local level and combat the socioeconomic barriers that were hurting people of color, our immigrant families, and our community. You know, in 2020, this year, of course, I was able to be declared the victor, and it was through hard work, and it wasn't just my hard work. It was the hard work of our volunteers, of our grassroots efforts, of my wife, who made it possible, and everybody else in the family. I am by far grateful, and I am humbled by this opportunity. It is an amazing opportunity, and I won't take it for granted. We ran on values, and we ran on not compromising when it came to making sure that Baldwin Park became more equitable. I second what other elected officials have said, that change will not come if we don't work together. We have to put our minimal differences aside, because beyond our minimal differences, we have common problems, and those common problems are a lot bigger, and we need to eradicate those issues. Without a, I think it's without a doubt that this is an amazing outcome for, and I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed our candidacy against Mayor Lozano. It was fun and challenging, and I look forward to hearing him and making sure that we can all work together. And on another note, I hope this campaign and these efforts have encouraged all of you to get involved in politics and get involved and speak up on the issues that you find important to you. As a son of an immigrant mother who was working class and set the example for me, I cannot afford to stay quiet. And I know that many of you cannot either. Our parents have traveled far and wide and have risked it all to be here. And we cannot let those efforts be in vain. Every day, change happens. Change happens every day. Every day, your ability to find a job might change. Every day, your ability to stay in your city might change. Every day, your ability to stay in your home might change. And it is up to you to get involved and to make sure that those changes benefit you, your family, and your community. I hope to see a great outcome. Without a doubt, 2020 has been a challenging year for all of us. And I'm hoping that we can all come out of this together and grow a stronger sense of community. It is without a doubt that I've imagined this moment for 4 years, and it's never been like this. I could have never imagined that I would have been elected during a global pandemic, but I am nonetheless grateful and humbled by the decision of the community to put their trust in me in some of the most challenging times. I look forward to working with my colleagues. I look forward to working with city staff, and I look forward to working with the community and engaging in civic participation and social integration to make sure that we are making Baldwin Park more equitable for all of us. Baldwin Park has a rich history, and I want to make sure that we value that and that we cherish where we come from. Without a further ado, I want to thank once again. I want to thank all of you, and I am looking forward to working with you all. And I think that without a further ado, it is time to get to work. And so in that case, I would like to say, City Clerk, roll call, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Council Member Alejandra Avila.
Okay.
Here. Council Member Daniel Damian.
Here.
Council Member Monica Garcia.
Here.
Council Member Paul Hernandez.
Present.
And Mayor Emanuel Estrada.
Here. And now we move on to item number 7, reorganization of the City Council and the selection of the Mayor Pro Tempore. City Clerk, can you please open up the nominations for the office of Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes, I now open up the office for the selection of Mayor Pro Tem.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes?
If I can make a nomination, please?
Sure.
Thank you. I'd like to nominate Alejandra Avila for Mayor Pro Tem.
Second that.
I'll second that.
Great. I'll third it, right? All right. So I think, is there any? Are
there any other nominations?
Are there any other nominations? No? Any objections? So without any objections, I believe this this move passes, and Alejandra Avila will be our next Mayor Pro Tem. And I think it's exciting. I am in agreement that it is well deserved by Mayor Pro Tem Avila to be the Pro Tem this year, and I look forward to her taking lead whenever I am unable to.
Thank you, and I would definitely be there to take the lead when you are not there. But I know that you will be there for every single event and every single meeting. Thank you.
You're right.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I believe the vice mayor requires a roll call vote.
Oh, sorry about that. Roll call. Can we go back to the roll call, City Clerk?
Yes, absolutely.
Go ahead.
Councilmember Paul Hernandez.
Aye.
Councilmember Monica Garcia.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Alejandra Avila.
Yes.
Councilmember Daniel Damian,
Yes.
and Mayor Emanuel Estrada. I'm sorry, Emanuel Estrada, yes.
Yes. So let's just move those comments I made earlier down to this section, right? And now we can move on to item number 8. And I believe that is to approve and adopt a resolution to appoint representatives and alternatives as official representatives of the city.
Mayor, can we ask to move this to the next meeting just so that we can kind of familiarize ourselves with the committees that are there?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think this is an item where we should take a little bit of time to discuss and study, and then we can better select what committees we are best suited for. So,
Mr. Mayor?
Motion, yes.
I believe that does require a motion and a vote as well.
Correct. So motion. So is that a motion by you, Councilmember Damian?
Yes, I make a motion to move the adopted resolution number 2020-063 to the next meeting.
Great. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any objections? Are we doing a vote for this, City Attorney?
I'm sorry, I was on mute. Yes, Mr. Mayor, you would need a vote on that.
Great. City Clerk, roll call, please.
Thank you. Councilmember Damian?
Yes.
Councilmember Avila?
Yes.
Councilmember Monica Garcia?
Yes.
Councilmember Hernandez?
Yes.
And Mayor Estrada?
Yes. With that said, I believe we are out of agenda items for today. I don't know if any staff or members of the council have any comments to make before we move to adjourn this meeting.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Go ahead.
Please, Mr. Damian.
Yeah, I just wanted to close on behalf of Liliana Virgen, who passed away this last Friday after Thanksgiving. Liliana Virgen was a 33-year resident of the city of Baldwin Park. She attended Kenmore Elementary, Sierra Vista Middle School, and Sierra Vista High School. Want to give my condolences to her parents, Margarita Virgen, Genaro Virgen, and her really good best friend, Lupe Anaya. I just want to close on her behalf. Thank you, Mayor.
Great. Any other council members wishing to close on behalf of anybody else?
Mr. Mayor, I have a comment.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Councilmember Hernandez.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I just want to make sure that the folks listening or watching this evening, that they're reminded once again that tomorrow the city is going to be doing, in partnership with the Garda Heart Foundation, we're hosting our no-cost COVID antibody testing that starts tomorrow. They can visit our websites, baldwinpark.com, for further information. There are plenty of appointments available. You do not have to be a resident of Baldwin Park to sign up for this service, but it is free to anyone in the San Gabriel Valley, and we hope people take advantage of, once again, another opportunity to understand, and more importantly, to know if you've had COVID in the past, given the increase in rates that are occurring in the San Gabriel Valley, but also throughout the LA County. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's definitely great information. It's important that everybody stays safe, stays home, and takes advantage of the testing available to them in our city. I don't know if Parks and Rec Director Manuel Carrillo has any extra information. I know he did send us an email regarding that event tomorrow that you might want to add.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Just like to remind the community and everyone listening that if you visit the city's website, www.baldwinpark.com, there is a very easy app to sign up. We have testing on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We have enough to accommodate over 1,600 spots for the antibody testing. As of today, we have about 400 that are pre-registered, so we have plenty of space. It is free of charge, and we all have to do our part to flatten the curve, and this is one element that will assist us. So thank you, Mayor.
Great. And then Shannon, I believe there was some information shared about county grants for local restaurants. Do you have any information to share with our constituents?
Yes, thank you. I don't have all the details, but we have posted that on our website and our social media. And we will be getting that out to everybody, getting that information out to everybody.
Great. And then just to reiterate, those are grants for restaurants that were serving, I believe, on the outside, and I think they can apply for grants now to help them get through this recent safety order. So I do want to make one more comment. Council members, I am looking to set up a special meeting next Wednesday, and I hope we can all make that work. I am eager to be here, and I am ready to get ambitious and get the ball rolling. And I hope city staff and council members, you are all as excited as I am to get proactive and get ready for the new year.
Mayor, one more thing. A quick question. Mr. Carrillo, do we still have some of the food basket applications available at this time?
Yes, thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Yes, we are distributing approximately 400 food baskets, and we have about 110 baskets left. So once again, if you visit our website or you come down to the Family Service Center, we are passing out applications, accepting applications. We have our food basket for scheduled for Saturday, December 12th. And we invite the community to participate. We are collecting canned goods. So we are excited to offer this program once again to the community. Thank you.
That is great.
Mayor?
Yes, Council Member Damian?
Yeah, if I can ask Mr. Carrillo, Manny, do you know if the Santa Claus program was canceled for this year, obviously because of COVID?
Yes, unfortunately, the Santa Claus program has been canceled for this year, and we will resume next year. So we are focusing most of our efforts on the Christmas basket program.
Got it. So we're not doing anything to kind of replace that program?
No, our partner is the Baldwin Park Unified School District, and with the COVID-19 and the uptick, we just thought it was better to hold off until next year. We could possibly reevaluate the program, and I was thinking we could possibly do something in summer, Christmas in July, maybe new schools, new clothes. So we'll have to reevaluate that, but definitely next year we will definitely have it. Thank you.
Okay, just keep me updated on that. And if you need any help, please reach out to me, Manny.
Absolutely. Thank you for your assistance.
Yeah, I want to comment on that too. I'm hoping maybe we can get creative and figure out a way to, make Christmas fun this year. I think if we can get creative, I think it'd be great. And I definitely want to keep updated on that as well. I believe we have no more comments and no more business. At this moment, I will move to adjourn the meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Great. Any opposition? City Attorney, do we need a roll call for this?
No, Mr. Mayor, you don't need a roll call on that. You can do that by voice vote if you like.
Great. I guess we're all done here. Thank you, everybody.
Good night.
And look forward to seeing all you soon.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.